So my name is Alnimira. I am the application engineer at Catchment, and today will be the storm and sanitary analysis in Civil 3D. If you have questions and you have anything to ask, or my screen is freezing or cannot hear me, just let me know at the chat box, okay? And so for today's lesson, you will need to install or download the storm sanitary analysis application separately into your PC, as it's actually the extension. Okay, so here I'm going to share with you what I'm going to show you for today's lessons. So today I'm going to create the part network in Civil 3D and also the catchment area. Catchment area is like you creating the rainfall area in your Civil 3D. And then from the Civil 3D, we're going to export the state storage. Oh, okay, a moment. Sekejap, And then from the Civil 3D, we will export it into our SSA. And then inside SSA, we're going to do the setting for the project option, analysis option, and also we do the rain count. Rain count is like we do setting for the rain catchment in SSA for us to run the analysis. And then we will import the Civil 3D project, Civil 3D drawing inside the SSA or the storm and sanitary analysis. And then we set the background inside the SSA and we run the analysis. And lastly, we do the profile plot in the SSA. Okay. Okay. Here I'm showing to you where you can find the applications. So actually it is the extensions app for Civil 3D. So you just log in or sign in to your Autodesk account. And then inside your Autodesk account, you will find your Civil 3D software, and you just click on the Civil 3D, you scroll down, and you'll find there is update extension and plugin. So it is actually under extensions applications, and then you will find there is the sanitary storm and analysis down there. And then you can download it. Okay. So what is actually storm and sanitary analysis? So it is actually the advanced or powerful hydrodynamic modeling package available for analyzing the urban drainage system. So usually it will be used for the stormwater civil and sanitary civil. If inside Civil 3D, it's being used for the part network. Okay, not the pressure network, the part network. So without further ado, let's go to our application. Okay, let me open my Civil 3D. Okay, so here is my Civil 3D. I already have my polyline where I will locate the pipe network. And this will be the grading or the pond area where the pipe will be flow into the pond. And this area will be the catchment area. I will calculate the catchment calculation for this area. You can see this polyline, these two polyline. Will be the boundary, and this will be the flow path. So first, I'm going to create the pipe network. So for pipe network, you go here to this create design panel. Okay, you will find there is pipe network drop down. So from here, I'm going to use the create pipe network from object. So this is actually if you already draw where you're going to place the pipe network inside your project. So I'm going to use this one as I already draw the polyline, this one, the blue color. So I click on this blue polyline. And then you can see it will ask for the flow direction. Okay, so you can see the arrow there, which means the flow for this pipe network will start from here and then end at this point. Okay, so as I said just now, you need, I want it to be flow into this grading or into this pond area. So I just click on reverse and make sure the arrow are reversing and then click on OK. So this is the setting for the pipe network. I'm just going to name it as Storm Sewer, okay, for the network name. And then for the pipe list, it will be the sewer, storm sewer, yes. And the pipe to create, I want it to be generate automatically size 900 mm RPC. And then for the structure is actually it's head wall, rectangle head wall. It's like main hole for the piping. So maybe I just change it to 3581 by 305. So this value or this pipe to create this the sizing, you can use your own value if you want. Okay, this one I just randomly created by my own value. So if you have your own specification, just can using your own specification. Okay, and then for the surface name, so this one will be the EG surface. Okay, and then for the alignment, as the pipe just now are near to the first street here, this is a first street. So the alignment name will be the first street. And I'll make sure I check on this erase existing entities, which it will change the polyline just now to the pipe network. So if you don't check on this erase existing entities, it will not change. It would like double or layer your polyline with the pipe network. Okay, and then click on OK. So once I click on OK, maybe I change the ratio to the bigger size, or you can see it more clearly. Okay, this is my pipe, and then this is my head wall. So maybe I want to delete this first head wall as it will be connected to the pond. So I just click on the head wall and delete it. So make sure it connected like that. Okay. So now after you creating the pipe network, I want to create the catchment area first. So catchment area is like you creating the rain catchment inside your project. So I already have the boundary and I already have the flow. So what I'm going to do is go to Analyze tab. So here you can find under the ground data column, there is the catchment dropdown. So you can see there are a few methods that you can use to create the catchment area. For me, I'm going to use this create catchment from object as I already drawn the boundary and the flow. Okay, click on this create catchment from object. And the first thing you're going to do is you click on the boundary first, and then you click on the flow. So after that, it will pop up this create catchment from the object. So maybe I just change the name here to catchment A. And then the catchment group will be the catchment group 2. And then the reference pipe network and the reference pipe network structure are currently none. So I want it to refer to my pipe network that I just created just now, the storm sewer. So what I'm going to do, I just click on this box, green box here, click on this one, and then just click any of the head wall just now. Okay, the D. You can see round and D. Okay, hi, who are just coming in. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so just click on this structure, and it will automatically change my reference pipe network to the storm sewer. Okay, so later on when we use SSA, it will generate the data according to this pipe network. Okay, down here you can see this is the setting for the style, for the layer, level, and so on. So I'm not going to change here. What I'm going to check is the flow path. So go to the flow path tab, and for the TOC or time of concentration, so currently the calculation method is TR55. Okay, I'm okay with this. And then for the flow path slope, I'm going to use it from surface as I already have the surface, the EG surface. Okay, so none, change it to EG. So if you just want to use from object, also can. Okay, and then I click on OK. So now it's generating the catchment A, and then this is the area, and then this is the flow direction, elevation. So let's say you want to change the color to the other color. You want to differentiate it from the polyline. So what you're going to do, just click on the catchment, okay? And then right click, go to the edit catchment styles. So for example, you want to change the display, or you want to change the color for the line. So you just go to edit flow segment here. Oh, sorry, not flow segment. Click on the segment, right click, edit catchment style. So here you can find the color for the boundary and the flow path of the white color. So just click on the color there. Maybe for the boundary, I change it to the red color. And then for the flow path, I change to the cyan color. All right, so I click on apply, I click on OK. Now the catchment area and the flow boundary are different. Okay, you can see different from the polyline. That is just for the display. So let's say you want to create a segment for the flow. Okay, you want to cut it into few segment flow. So what you can do is just click on the catchment again, right click, now go to edit flow segment. So here actually you do the do the value, adding the value for the rainfall, for the Penang roughness. Okay, Penang roughness is the velocity of your pipe. Okay, the flow velocity. So let's say you want to add more segment. You can just click on this plus button there, and it will in your project it will show where you want to add the segment. For example, I'm going to add here 1. Okay, or you can change the flow type too. Okay, you can see here is the shallow concentration flow. So maybe I want to change it. I just click on the option there, and then you will find there is 2 more flow type. You can use channel flow or the sheet flow. So maybe I use this sheet flow, and then the rainfall for 2 years per hour is 36 mm. Okay, if you want to change it, just freely can change directly according to your spec. Okay, so for me, I don't have any spec, I just let it be. And then for the Penang roughness, for the velocity, I change it to 0.4. Okay, and then it will automatically calculate the time there. Okay, so if you want to add more, just click the plus button, add more. It's not, it didn't have limit how many segment you want to add inside your flow, okay, inside your catchment area. Okay, like that. And this will be transferred into SSA later on. Then you click on OK. So now I'm done with the setting for the catchment. Now I'm going to do the pond for the piping pipe network. Okay. So I'll go to home again. I'm going to change this polyline to pond, as this pipe network will flow into the pond. Okay. So to create the pond, first thing you need to do is you need to change this pipe network to feature line. Polyline to feature line.
Tanya pagi tadi, bila kau buat Gen survey dejaknya petang ni, saya minta koordinat pagi tadi, ni baru dia bagi.
Okay, and then you go to this feature line. Okay, You click on this feature line. You will find there is the feature line for object. So I'm going to change this polyline, right? So just click on this feature line from object. Click on the line there, polyline there, and click enter. So this is the setting for the feature line. So here you can, if you want to change the name, you can just uncheck the box there, change the name. So I'm just going to set it as default. And the conversion option. So make sure you click on this erase existing entities. And then for the assign elevations, I want to insert the elevation for the polyline, as this will be the base of our pond. So just click on assign elevation and click OK. So from here, there is option to you to assign the elevations. So there's elevation where you just insert it, insert the value automatically, or you want it to be on top of your surface. Okay, for me, I'm going to go for the elevations, as I'm going to insert the elevation for the base of the pond is 20 meter. I'll click on OK. And now I already changed it to a feature line. So from the feature line now, we can create the pond. So to do the pond, you need to go to grading. Okay, under the create design, go to grading drop down. I'm going to create a grading creation tools. So this is where you creating the pond. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the grading group. Okay, go to the first option there, and then this name, I'm going to just name it as pond A. And then for the automatic surface creations, just click on the box here to make it creating the surface around my pond area. Okay. So the surface that will be control 1 meter, 5 meter. So if you want to change, just change it here. Also, you want to change the spacing, the angle, you can also do that. So I'm not going to change that. For the volume-based surface, I'm going to use the EG surface. Click OK, and then click OK again. So now I'm going to create the grading. So for the grading, I'm going to change grade to distance to grade to surface. Okay, the surface for my grading will be grade into my the existing surface. So I grade to surface, this one. And then to create the grading, so you click on this one. There's button where if I click on the drop down there will be the create grading option. So I click on this one, and then I click on the feature line. Okay, after I click on the feature line, it will ask me for to choose the side of the grading. So I'm going to choose the outer side of this shape, and then apply to entire length. Yes. The cut format will be slope. Slope will be 2 by 1, and the fill slope also 2 by 1. So that is the one. So if I go to 3D view, so it will show like this. So you can see, oops. Okay, so you can see this is the pipe. So the pipe will be flow into the pond here. Okay, you can see there is the pipe, and then this is the pond area. And then after I created the pond, now I want to create the stage storage. Stage storage is like you creating the report for the pond area. So to create the report, click on the grading. Okay, click on the surface, and then go here to analyze drop down, expand it, make it more option there. There is stage storage. Okay, it is a cumulative value of the basin from the surface. So either use the surface and polyline to define the basin. Okay. So click on the stage storage. So the stage storage table detail. So the report detail, this one will be on A. And then I want to define the basin. I want to know the contour elevations, contour area, increment depth for the pond. Okay, so to define the basin, you just click on the define basin here. And then I'm going to check on this define basin from surface control. Okay, click on define. Click on the grading, the surface, the outer surface for my pond here. And once I click on the grading, so you will find there is the value. Okay, contour elevation. So this is all be generate automatically from your project. So according to your EG surface, according to your grading just now, the information you insert, the calculation. So this is all the value. Okay. And then you can save table if you want to save it. Maybe this one. On A. Okay. And then I can close on this one. So now I want to export to SSA or to the storm and sanitary analysis to do the analysis in SSA. Okay, so to do that, just click on the pipe network that you want to include in your project, this one. And then you will find this pipe network dash storm sewer. There will be the analyze column there. So you can either click on edit in storm sewer as storm and sanitary analysis, or you can export it first. Okay, so just click the analyze drop down there. So you will find there is import storm sewer file, import, export to storm sewer, edit in storm sewer. So I'm going to export it first. So we have to do the setting inside our SSA first, and then we can edit it. So that is more like easier way. So you can also directly edit it, also can. But this one, for the easier method, you can do the edit. You can do the setting first, and then you export your pipe network inside your SSA to do the analyze. Okay, so click on export to storm sewer. And then you can check whatever things you want to export. For example, pipe network, storm sewer. So all of these I want to export into this storm sewer. And then I click on OK. So now this one will be C3D SSA. So I just naming the file and then save. So to know the detail or whatever you export it to SSA, what is going to be the output and the input. Okay, you go to the tool space here. You go to the setting, tool space setting. Then you go under the pipe network. Okay, expand it. Expand again under the command. So you go to the edit in storm sewer. Double click on this. And then from the edit command setting, you go to here, migration default. So this is where you see or you check the input and output value for the SSA. Okay, so go to standard value here, go to the box with 3 dots. So this will be the import. So if you import from SSA and then you import inside your Civil 3D, so this is the import detail. Okay, what structure will be, what the pipe will be. And then if you go to export that, so this is the other way. So if you export it into this SSA, so this will be generate into SSA. So you can change it actually according to your specification. Okay, this is just extra knowledge to know. Okay, if you want to check how it import, how it exports. Okay. And then now I'm going to close on this one and save it. So now I change to the SSA. So I already open the storm and sanitary analysis. So here, the first thing you need to do, you need to set the option, project option, analysis option, and the rain gauge. So the first thing, you go here to the plan view here, okay, like a tool space here. Double click on the project option, you can find that is the project options. So this is the project setting where you set the units and then you set the hydrology method TR20, TOC method TR55 as I set in the civil 3D just now for the TOC, time of concentration. Okay, minimum TOC 5 minutes. The hydrodynamic, hydraulic routing specification. So this is all you can do before you done the analyzing. Okay, ID label and element prototype. So you can change it according to your spec. And I'm okay with the unit. I'm okay with the TOC. I click on OK. And next, I'm going to do the analysis option. This is the setting for the analysis. Double click on the analysis option. So you can see the time step here. The routing will be 30 seconds. Okay, so maybe I just change it to 5 seconds. And then the analysis time, maybe you set it for 2 days or 3 days for the rain analysis. Okay, rain catchment. Okay, the start date will be today. The end will be on Tuesday, so 2 days. Okay, analysis data duration will be 2 days. And then for the lightning type step, going to change it to 30 seconds. Okay, so this is actually according to your specification. You can change either way. And then click OK. So now the last thing I want to do is the rain gauge before I importing my Civil 3D project. So double click on rain gauge. So right now the rain gauge or rain catchment value are not being set yet. So you need to click on add to add one rain gauge. Okay, and then you can set the time series here. Click on the box with 3 dots, click on add again, and then rainfall designer. So this is actually, you can change it. So maybe the ID will be 2 years. I want to do for 2 years. Okay, then the time series data rainfall designer. So for the unit intensity, you can see there is bunch more unit intensity. You can use 24 hour, 3 hour, for 5 year, for 10 year. You can either use this one. Okay, so I'm just going to use the basic one, CSC type 2 24 hour. And then there were the rainfall type. Okay, cumulative rainfall type or intensity rainfall type. So either these two you can choose, and then you can also choose your state and your country. So currently I'm not sure what country, the data that I just create just now, I'm not sure where is it. I'm just going to click none. So if you're sure where the state, where are the country your project are, so you can just choose the state here. Okay, and then you can also choose the country. So this is up to your specifications. And then the period written, I'm going to change it 2 years as I'm set just now. And then this one. Okay, and then just click on OK. So there will be time, and then there will be the value for the rainfall for the time series. Click on close and click on close again. So now after I set the project unit, select the analysis option, set the rain gauge, now I can import my Civil 3D. So to import your Civil 3D, you go to File tab here, go to Import, and then I'm going to import this one, use this file type, HydroFlow Storm Civil file. So this is going to be the file type as I saved just now. Okay. Click on this one and then just going to find my STM, okay, storm sewer file that I just saved from Civil 3D. Click on open. Yes. And then wait for a few seconds. So it will immigrate or import your storm sewer into your SSA. So you will find there is the number of junction, number of outflow. It will generate it automatically. Okay. And then if you go to plan view, you will find this is the junction. This is the analysis. Okay. So for example, I pick on this conveyance link pipe. So I can change the link pipe here. Maybe it's a culvert or it's an open channel. You can also change it here. So the length, the invert levels, all of these are being imported in according to your Civil 3D. Okay, so either you can also change it here if you want. So, but I already do the setting in Civil 3D, so nothing more I can do. Okay, and then I want to run the analysis. So to run the analysis, you go here, there is like a running man icon there. Okay, click on that one. Oh, sorry, the first thing you need to do before you run the analysis, you need to insert the rain gauge for the sub-basin. So this one will be the catchment. Okay, you remember in the Civil 3D, we do the catchment into this structure, right? So you click on the sub-basin. So this will be the catchment area, okay, for the rainfall. So just change the connectivity to rain gauge 1 as I do the setting before I import my Civil 3D. So now after I set the rain gauge, so I can click on run again, running the analysis. So for the hydrology and hydraulic routing are 0% as I didn't have the country yet. So if you have the country, you have the analysis, it will bring out the error. So for now, I have no error, 0%. Routing also 0%. Okay, click on OK. Okay, so from here, you can also do the profile view inside SSA. So for the profile view, you go to the last icon on top of this SSA, this one, profile plot. Click on this profile plot, and in your right side, your left side, you will find that is the profile plot. So just click any of pipe that you want, maybe this one, and then you can click. Actually, you can click more. Okay, so click on show plot, and it will show the piping. Okay, the profile view. You can see the link pipe. This is number 14, the slope areas. All of these are being generated from Civil 3D. So you can just output it, input it inside your SSA, and then you can do the analysis. And from here, you can change, you can add the junction again, you can add the inlet, outfall, you can add the inlet, anything you can do, and then you can keep running the analysis for you to create the storm and sanitary analysis inside SSA. Okay, so that is for the storm and sewer analysis in Civil 3D. Storm and sanitary analysis, sorry. Storm and sanitary analysis. So there is any question you want to ask? Okay. So before we end our class, I just want to share with you my ACAD system. This is acadsystem.com. Okay. So here you can find the product that we're selling, okay, the services that we're providing, and also if you want to join our next free online lesson or free online courses, you can just scroll down. You can find latest Autodesk free online lessons and courses. So, for example, you want to join this new Topo Solid in Revit 2024, you just click on this one and click on going, insert your email, and then we will email you our link and also the date. And if there is any changes, we will email you again. Okay, and if you want to rewatch today free online lesson or the previous free online lesson, you can always go to our YouTube channel here. Okay, you go to video. So from here, you can find there is bunch more free online lesson that you can rewatch. Okay, and from the video, you can also commenting if you want to know more. We will answering you as soon as possible. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining me. A moment. Okay, so hopefully that you are getting something for today's lessons, and see you on our next spirit lesson. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.